Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, it's probably going to be a slightly longer video as, yes, I'm still a little bit under the weather. I really wish I had recovered by now, but the cough is a little bit nagging. But I'm going to try and get through my thoughts on the first 3 or 4 rounds now of the BBL SuperCoach season, my what I plan on doing in terms of my trades as well. So sort of a preview, a review in general of everything of the first 4 rounds leading into round 5. And then you'll also start to see the daily sort of content, I guess, come back within terms of the game reviews, etc. That all happen on the after the games are played, especially because we have 2 games of cricket after the test starting today. But anyway, let's just jump into this, I guess, and go on with it. So, it's probably best that as you would have known, I did all that in terms of this spreadsheet. I've stopped it now because I'm back and it should be obviously a little bit annoying that I did stop it for those that were using it, but it was sort of just a way of me to keep up to date when I was away. Next year I might actually keep it going for the whole time because it should be a little bit easier to keep this up to date. But anyway, what a team we started with actually in general. Started actually with an overall rank of 2651 off of a 1181, which wasn't actually the worst, to be honest with you. And I thought I'd gotten off to a really, really good start. Yeah, as you can see here, I'm pretty sure this is also a little bit wrong anyway. Yeah, Tim Seifert, I'm glad that I went with him. The decision there. He ended up going and going up around, I think, something like somewhere around up to about that 180 marker or 180k or so before we traded him out. You can actually see here, I think 170.1 he ended up at. So a little bit more than I had, a little bit less than I had predicted. But yes, 177 from him. Lockie Shaw, he ended up not playing this, but we'll get into the chaos that was in, I think, round 2. Yeah, because round 3, the Gade sat. So it was round 2 that he caused chaos. Then Matt Short, 41. Yeah, this was the bane. Everything that just went wrong was around Matt Short this year, pretty much. And he went down like 18k or something. About 15k, I think, or so. My numbers are just fractionally off a little bit there. But yeah, he went down 15k or so, I think. And then you had Bo Webster. For him to be released from the test squad, I believe, and only score 66 off 2 games, wasn't allowed to bowl in the first game, so that pretty much stuffed him up. And now, obviously, today he's playing his test debut, so good on him, but stuffed over this, and yeah, just came back in like round 3 or so, I think, in the double. And even though I think he only played 1 game in that, or 2, I think he scored pretty well with the 3 for, if I remember correctly, somewhere down there. Tom Curran, the captain in this one, this week for me, in round 1, 104 across the 2. I thought after the 100 that I picked him damn right, and then he went and did what he did. And ended up, I think, the 5th highest scorer that week for me. 1, 2, 3, 4th. Yeah, 4th or 5th highest scorer overall, I think, yeah, for that week. So it was all right. It wasn't the greatest. Almost got beaten out by guys on the single, which kind of sucks. But after 100 in the first game, I was like, it's pretty much only a 4 or like a blank could really stuff him up. And he blanked. Stoinis did exactly what we thought he would do, and he's got a really good role now that Webster's in the test squad, at least for the next sort of round or 2. So I'm really happy there as well. That's sort of prelude to what's going to happen in round 2 and 3. Josh Brown, I thought after round 1 he'd done really, game 1 he'd done really well. Game 2 sort of sucked, but I mean, he's been the better one of the openers for the Renegades. Fraser McGurk has been absolutely horrific and might be min price at the way he's chugging along at the moment. Then you had Renshaw, who just didn't get going in the first game, and Sammy Constas, who basically played 2 games, got 101 and 0, which you'll see in the next tab when we get to it. But he did his job, and I'm trying to hold him just because I want that cash gen at the end. And also he's been somewhat of an all-right loop, I'm pretty sure. Then you have Jai Richardson, 103. And Jamie Overton 99 did their job on singles. Tom Rogers as well, been really happy with him. He's gotten back to his best. I think he's averaging about 55 or 60 across the whole comp for the 5 games he's played. I can actually just double check that. 71.6 is what he's doing. If you got a quick glance there, you would know my trade so far. And then Adam Zampa, he sucks. But then, of course, when I don't own him during the double, he goes off in the subsequent double. But he's been really disappointing, and I think he's averaging around about that 30 marker, I want to say, for Zampa. Let's just see here. Zampa, he is averaging 34.6 in this comp, which puts him around about that 100k marker for next year, so not really valuable. Thornton, he's been back to his best, and then Wildermuth didn't play, but I just put a 19 here to hold the cash gen as 58.5k, as I did with Lucky Shaw. And then Hamish McKenzie got injured after all the chaos, and what we thought was a good pick has turned out to be quite sour, to be honest with you. And there you go there. That was the squad, ended up 1,181. And then, yeah, my trade thoughts here were all that. And then my trade, those were the trade thoughts itself, and then my team, all right round, etc. But yeah, some guys had to go. Players that need to go include Webster, Wildermuth, Brown, and McKenzie, as they're not on the double, injured, or just not playing. And then, yeah, you can see how to sort of Wildermuth stuffed up my trades because I couldn't really get that cash gen in that spot that other players got. Was really surprising. And then trade-in targets, Turner, Connolly, Baisley, and Boyce. And trade-ins, I already have. Don't I have Turner at that point, or did I trade into him? I must have traded into him at that point. That was a good trade-in, I guess. Turner, Connolly, Baisley, and Boyce out of the guys that had already played, and then you had all of the notes that I had at this point of the games so far. I already released them on Twitter, those notes anyway. Then we get to round 2 and the chaos that was chaos. Lockie Shaw ended up playing, I'm pretty sure, and ended up, I think, scoring, which was kind of annoying. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he played that round. And yeah, I didn't get the Tim Seifert score. I'm pretty sure I ended up not scoring the greatest. I don't remember what exactly I scored, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Let me actually just check history. What did I end up scoring? I ended up scoring a 964, which was around rank of 5,521 and an overall position of 2,900, which kind of sucked. It was my 3rd round that I basically bombed out in it. But anyway, round 2, yeah, Lockie Shaw. If I hadn't had that stuff up, as well as going Pope over Boyce, I would be sitting, I think at this point, about 150th, but instead I was sitting around about the 2,900 marker, so it wasn't actually the end of the world. It was the next round that killed me. But anyway, Matt Short in the double had scored a 115, massive cash drop, and for those that had not only not started with him, but not picked him up in the first double that they had, were probably the true winners. Jamie Overton did his job. It really sucked that he was the captaincy choice, but yeah, he did his job there with a 164 across the 2 games. Tom Curran in a single with the perfect role, you would say, only scoring 30, really showed that he was off. And then he subsequently got injured, which caused even more chaos. Cooper Connolly, I'm glad that I picked him up. 19 in the first game was pretty annoying, but then a 127 in the second got him to a 146, and he's been pretty good throughout my side, as well as bowling a couple of cheeky overs each game, which could be interesting now with the Bison back for them. Maybe he bowls a little bit, etc. Hardy is also going to probably start to get into bowling a little bit, so maybe we'll see what goes on there, but I don't think Ashton Turner's going to become as viable now because of that. But Ashton Turner, 109 in the double, was one of the better ones. Went up 19k, absolutely huge from him. Renshaw in a single went 89, which would have been, I would have loved that greatly over Tom Curran, which kind of sucks that I wasn't able to get that around. But yeah, he went 89, which ended up getting him some cash gen, and he's done his job basically as a cash genner for me. Sam Conscious got like a third ball duck in the Sydney Smash and ended up going 14k up because of that because of that massive break even. Still has a pretty good break even to date. So we'll see if he gets, when he gets done with the test squad, what I do with him, because I would like to have that minus 24 if he can even just get a duck. I think he goes up still another like 7-8k. But if he scores another like 60, then he goes up another like 25k. Then you have Jai Richardson 7 on a double that he didn't play the second game. It was just really disappointing, and this is sort of where the downfall started. Fergus O'Neill massively helped out in a single with a 80, which was absolutely huge. Massive cash gen for him, and it really showed that he is a really informed bowler, only for him to blank, I think, in the most recent double and go down, basically back down to that 120k. Cam Boyce 35 and 4. Enough said, he sucked. And then Thornton with a 56-50, 106. That was amazing from him. And then Liam Scott with an 8 and 40 for a 48. Pretty good job from him. And then Stoinis 46 in a single. Good cash gen from him, which was good. And yeah, I think he ended up going up 18k. And then Adam Zampa 34 in the single. He was horrendous in my side, basically. And then Tom Rogers, 111 in the single, is an absolute huge score, and he ended up going 25k up for that. So that was huge cash gen. And then we get to, let's just see my thoughts here. Richo, Seifert, and Zampa, because they won't be playing. Replace them with Harper, Edwards, and Bartlett. I ended up doing 2 of those trades. Needs to be done. Probably Maxwell. Yeah, get Maxwell in, etc. Yeah, this just was horrific. Some of these trades. I really wanted... Abbott would have been great, but he was in the test squad. The test squad is just stuffed around with everything. Being released, being held back, etc. Not getting to value the 2 games, etc. that Richo didn't get because of that. It's been horrific. But anyway, we move on to round 3, and I really stuffed up this round. Sam Harper, 26. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... This was round 3, so they had the double in that round. Let's just check what Harper scored. Was it 26 for the whole double? It might have been 26 for the whole double. 12 and 14, yeah. 26 for the whole double was horrific. Lockie Shaw didn't play this round, or didn't stuff me up at least. Then you've got Ashton Turner, 57, he did pretty well. Cooper Conley, 37, didn't score that well. Glenn Maxwell, 77, doubled in a double game week is kind of annoying. Tom Curran only played, I think, 1 game, 39. Renshaw, 77 in the double, not great. Sam Conscious, obviously DMP. Liam Scott, 26 on the bench. Jack Edwards, 12 in the double game week as well, kind of just sucked, simply put. Ben DeWarshus, 148. I wish I'd had the captain on him. Henry Thornton went 4, so yeah, some of my guys just not really scoring well. Jamie Overton, 131 in the single, was the second top scorer for the week, so I would have loved to have had the captaincy on Ben DeWarshus or Jamie Overton. Ken Boyce scored a 1, and of course, he scores 1 on field for me and then 80 odd on the bench, which kind of sucks. Tom Rogers, Fergus O'Neill DMP'd, and then also Marcus Stoinis with a 51. And yeah, these were done on the plane actually. These round sort of game previews or reviews, I should say. And that pretty much gets us up to round 4. We'll just go through this. Yeah, a horrific round for me, 24,770th rank wise or so. Dropped me down to almost 5k, and I'm back on the mend with a up to 2,800 in terms of the rankings here. You'll see in terms of the leagues, I am 460th there. Scott Father 660. Podmasters, I'm about halfway. And then in my league, I'm about halfway. So yeah, not the greatest. But we do have 6 guys in the top 100, which top 100 obviously can still make it, I would say. I just want to see, what am I total on? I'm on 3,766, and the top guy for the whole competition is about 800 points ahead of me already, which kind of shows how bad my comp has been. I mean, I would love those 160 odd points back from the stuff up with Lockie Shaw that I couldn't basically fix that up. That would get me to about, somewhere around 39.20, which would be about here anyway. Somewhere in this region of 1,250, which wouldn't even be that bad. I still feel like you can come back maybe 100 points per round for 5 rounds. You can gain 500 points on the wider community. But I feel like the best that I can probably do is around about the top 500 or so at this point. I don't think I can go any further than that with the big mistakes that I've made. And just and just the unluckiness being, I think, overseas. Anyway, let me just undo these trades quickly and then I'll do them back up. Here was the side for round 4. Philippi brought him in. Harper, I mean, that was a plus 10, and Philippi also is just a better play than Harper. Has a break even of 2 against the Heat, which we're still watching that rain around Coffs Harbour. Hopefully we get a full game in. Jamie Overton, 71 on the double. Very disappointing on the double that he did even worse than Glenn Maxwell last week. So 2 sub 100 double captains is not the greatest. Will Sutherland, 66. So I wish I kind of done a pod captain somewhere in terms of Rogers or Rogers into Overton maybe or something like that. But I'm pretty sure Rogers didn't even score that well in the first game of the week and then came back strong. Nope, 66, 64. So pretty consistent. Cooper Connolly, 60. Chased pretty much half chased the total down with him and Turner. In the Perth game, Marcus Joyner, 96. That was a really good call out of him and Edwards. Just sometimes you get lucky. Liam Scott, and this was the big fail of the round. If I put Liam Scott, Turner here, and then Liam Scott on the bench here, I would have had 82 more points. So you can already see there's 250 points of just stuff ups right there. Then Ben DeWalsh's 19 on a single, kind of sucks. Tom Rogers, as we talked about, Tom Curran traded him back in, or didn't trade him out in the end to get the Wes Agar score. Fergus O'Neill, 16 on the double, really just failed, simply put. Both, I think, Zampa and also some other guys scored better. Henry Thornton, 153, did his job. And then you have Wes Agar, mass cash gen on the bench here as he went up 30k plus had a minus 52 break even, which is going to be brilliant because he's going to go up another potentially 30, 40k, which can pretty much put him out of range for people. And then Cam Boyce, he did what he did. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the video here. I'm just going to grab up the trades that I have for a second here. Let me just see, who did I put in the trade for a second? Renshaw, Boyce, O'Neill. Okay, that's good. Let me do this now. Boyce, Renshaw, and O'Neill. I could actually do Turner because Boyce has a 7 break even, whereas Turner has a 16 break even. But Boyce hasn't really been that good, whereas Turner's been averaging 55. So maybe want to keep Turner. But Turner is a bat only. They are playing the Sydney Thunder. Do you trade? I'll go with this one to start, and then I may trade, and then I may finalize something else because I may be able to get away with something by doing something else. But the last guy was O'Neill. And then I want to trade in a lot of Hobart guys. You'll see here Hobart, Chris Jordan, Nikhil Chowdhury, and then also I want to trade in Doggett, even though he's on the single. I just think that is really good cash generation. If we look here, you can pretty much see I'm trading in 3 of the... I'll have all 4 of the top cash generators. I could get Spencer Johnson because he is going to probably do really well. If I was to trade out the likes of Cam Boyce, I could probably... instead of Cam Boyce, if I trade out the likes of Ashton Turner, I can get to Spencer Johnson. But we know Spencer Johnson could potentially be in a rain-out game, so I probably don't want to touch that at the moment. Then we go DeWarshus. I want DeWarshus basically there. Nikhil Chowdhury can go there, and then Liam's actually go like this to get Liam Scott onto the bench. I'm holding Liam Scott because we know that Jamie Overton has actually opted out of the ILT 20, but it goes in round 8, we believe, for the England versus England T20. Let's just see their next game is against India on the 23rd. We believe that clashes with round 8, but that doesn't line up. When does their squad depart? Let's just see. England T20 squad. For India. Let's just see if it's been named. Okay, here we go. When does this squad meet up? Does it not say? Due course, ODI squad for India tour. Does it have Jamie Overton? Okay, England, ODI. Let's just check this. ODI, 6th of Feb. So, yeah, I don't know why it says that they were going to clash with round 8. Given that round 8 goes on the 15th, I'm kind of surprised about that. So, we just need to keep a watch on when he leaves. And I'll try and get some more info about that when that happens. But this is my current side, the catch up on everything that's happened so far. And yeah, just my sort of goals for the rest of the year, because I think for me, and I've said this on Twitter quite a lot, I think this has shown to me the value of actually being able to make changes after team sheets is a lot more valuable than you think. Presswich had a massive ripple effect that I basically couldn't get some. I was basically cash strapped for round 2 because of that. Because I had to move him on because I needed cash gen, and cash gen is really stalled because of that. I think also Lockie Shaw playing has caused a lot of chaos over Lekka Jake Doran. I'm shocked, but I'm also not shocked about the Sixers actually getting games into him, because that's the way that they do it. They've gotten games into Davies and Shaw this year, which has really been probably valuable for 5 years down the line, which you'll probably see in 5 years down the line, and you'll see that those two were playing regularly in the Silk and also the Stephen O'Keefe-ish role. Or if not, Joel will be batting probably higher, if not in that like number 7, number 6 range anyway. But that is the video there. I tried to keep it as short as possible. If you did enjoy it, even though I'm still somewhat sick, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. And for those listening onto Spotify, I'm sorry for all the chaos that was. But remember to give me a follow and you'll see all my videos up to date, etc. With BBL content as well as more AFL fantasy content as we get into the preseason for that as well. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.